Hey there, my name is Todd Rhoades, and you are listening to the Healthy Church Staff Podcast. Thanks for joining us. I am one of the co-founders over at chemistrystaffing.com and very proud and happy to be your host here on the Healthy Church Staff Podcast. Okay, today we're going to dive into, it is maybe a little bit different episode today. We're going to talk about a recent churchwide survey that Andy Stanley and North Point Community Church down in Alpharetta, Georgia conducted. The results were really interesting. And I know you may be thinking surveys, oh geez, just a bunch of numbers and statistics and ew. I get it. But here's what I want to talk about North Point in their survey. Here's what they found. They found that a staggering 94% people that took the survey responded that they are very satisfied or satisfied with their experience at the church. Even more impressive, 86% said that the church had a significant or a life-changing impact on their journey as followers of Jesus. Now, those are some really impressive numbers, but what's even more exciting is the why behind those numbers. What is North Point doing that's resonating so deeply with the congregation? The survey, according to the survey, several factors really contributed to North Point's success, at least from the perspective of the people that joined there. And there were four of them that I thought were really interesting. The first is what I'll call intentional invitation. Nearly half of their members, according to their survey, had invited someone to church in the past year. Nearly half. This emphasis on personal connection and outreach is clearly bearing fruit. And if you've watched North Point at all or attended there or followed them over the years, that this is just part of their DNA, is to constantly be making a seat for people, keeping a seat for people that you want to invite. Secondly, a welcoming atmosphere. The newcomers just raved about the church's welcoming environment. They described it as insanely welcoming and comically inclusive, but the welcoming atmosphere was really huge for the people that responded. Relevant teaching was another thing. The survey highlighted the impact of the church's teaching, which they described as relevant and applicable to people's lives. And then high-quality environments. The people that took the survey specifically mentioned excellent children's ministry, excellent student ministries, indicating, the church's commitment to investing in the next generation. But perhaps, to me, one of the most telling things is their Net Promoter Score. For those who aren't familiar, a Net Promoter Score measures the likelihood of someone would recommend your church to others. And North Point, according to their survey, boasts a Net Promoter Score of 83, which is considered world-class by industry standards. What can we learn from North Point's successes? Okay, here's some takeaways, okay? The intentionality of the ministry at North Point really does matter. Its success is not accidental. Matter of fact, if you've listened to Andy regularly at any given point in time, you'll realize that they've had the same talking points, or the same kind of leadership points, the same kind of DNA and philosophy of ministry since they started the church. It's really the result of intentional efforts to create a welcoming and engaging and impactful church experience. Second thing that I think really contributes is just the personal connection. Inviting friends and family to church, powerful way to build relationships, foster a great sense of community. They are investing in the next generation. High quality children's and student ministries environments are essential for long-term health and growth of your church. And North Point definitely has put a lot of energy, funding, everything into the next generation with all of their children's and youth ministry. And lastly, I think they do a really good job at measuring their impact. Just don't assume that you're making a difference. Track that progress. Gather feedback. Take a survey. You can overdo surveys, but take a survey a year and use the data to inform your decisions and improve your ministry. I know the church that I attend does a survey every year, and they base a lot of what they're doing for the next year based on the feedback from the survey. It's a really great way to gather some of that information and feedback. So here's the bottom line. Your church doesn't have to settle for mediocrity. by learning from the example of churches even like North Point and the survey that they took, you can create a thriving, impactful ministry that changes lives and leaves a legacy. My question for you is, if you took a survey, what would you find? What would your net promoter score be? It's something to think about. It's something maybe you need to act on as we end out to going into the fall. It'd be a great time to take a survey. And you can do that in your service. You can do that. You can go old school and have people fill out a paper, but you can also, a lot of churches have apps. You can put a survey right on your app and have people take the survey right on their phone, maybe even during the service, give them some time to do that. So anyway, if you're looking for guidance, any way to improve your church's health and effectiveness, don't hesitate to reach out to me, particularly in areas of staffing. That's my expertise. I'd love to be able to help you and your team hire staff. We've got some people that you need to do some compensation surveys on, or some conflicts that you need help working through. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. My email is podcast@chemistrystaffing.com. I'm here to help you however I can. And I'm here to help you on the podcast. I'll be back again tomorrow. We're here every Monday through Friday here on the Healthy Church Staff Podcast. If you're not subscribing, I hope that you'll hit subscribe and join us every day right here on the Healthy Church Staff Podcast. Thanks so much.